So the next thing is that Dad is calling me. Senor, I'm busy. So the next thing is, let's talk about, okay. We've talked about this already, but Jenson Button has officially confirmed that he is retiring from his professional racing career.
For now.
He said, he is a F1 champion. He has raced in so many different things. He's also done extreme E racing, which is also a form of rally racing.
Yes, just electric.
Exactly. For the last 2 years, he was in the World Endurance Championship. He's racing for Cadillac, but he has said that he still wants to race his own cars and like for fun. And I could imagine that we probably will see him in the what is that festival? Festival of
Goodwood?
Speed. Goodwood, yeah, Festival of Speed. He's been there a couple times and he's raced there. But he said he has a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old at home, and he's already missed out a lot.
Yeah.
And just being gone for a week, you miss out a lot, and he doesn't want to anymore. And I was like, I respect it. Maybe once your kids are older, because Jensen is 45, right? So even let's say if he would come back in 10 years, he's 55. There's plenty of other sports plenty of championships where you can still be competitive with 55, especially when it comes to like GT racing. Look what Valentino Rossi is doing, right? He is racing the World Endurance Championship, and Valentino is in his 50s, right?
Is he really?
I believe so. So
crazy. I want to look up his age. Yeah.
And so all the best to him. I'm sure we will be seeing him on the side of the grid, maybe here and there as a
no. 46.
46. Oh,
I was like, I don't think he's in his 50s yet.
I don't know why I thought he
No,
was.
but there's some there's some older gentlemen on the grid for Le Mans even.
D-Station Racing had a 72-year-old racing last year.
So you can race until the
especially
older
also
age.
if you have your own funding, you can do your own thing.
Oh, yes.
You're not going to race in Formula 1, but you can race.
Yes, there's so many other racing leagues. And especially if he says he's going to continue racing, he's not going to lose.
Yeah, he said he has his own classic cars that he loves racing. So it's not, he's never going to be racing again, but he is, taking the time to be with his family.
Yeah.
And
it's also like
that.
He's been a commentator for Formula 1 for a long time also. So he's always on the road.
Yeah.
So it's like.
He's a busy man.
Yeah, and I get it. You want to spend some time with the family. You won't ever get this time back.
No.
So I completely get it. I hope we will see him every now and then, but good on him for making that decision.
I could imagine that he's still showing up because he does the post-race interviews in a few races in F1. So I'm sure he will be around.
I've seen so many clips recently of him with, what's their name? Danica.
Oh, Patricia Danica?
Yeah. What's her name?
Patricia Danica?
No,
Patricia? Is it
not?
No, Patty?
Something else. The previous...
Danica
Patrick, yes.
Something with a P,
previous
whatever.
NASCAR driver, because she has all these opinions about F1 that she talks about
she just needs to say less.
Yeah, and his looks are just so telling sometimes, and it's really funny.
I'm gonna be also honest. I don't want to be too much of a dick about this, right? But it's like you've raced in Indy and you've raced in NASCAR, right? What are you? And then you go on Formula 1 and then you're saying that women shouldn't be racing this. It's like, what is wrong with you, girl?
I know. I don't like her
like,
at all.
Say less.
Yeah.
Honestly,
literally.
People should take away the microphone
say less.
from her.
Yeah,
honestly.
But they probably just have her because she's controversial and she gets views and clicks and whatever.
And I'm assuming probably American viewers know her if you've watched.
Yeah.
Because I think actually she did quite well in Indy. She just really struggled in NASCAR. She was, Anyways, I'm like, girl, why are you such a fucking hater, dude? But all the best to Jenson Button.
Yes.
And we'll be seeing you. Now, we're going to get into some Formula 1 and FIA nonsense.
Oh boy, here we go.
Okay. So, in case people don't know about it, but Felipe Massa is suing he's suing the FIA, I think, Formula 1, and then I think also Bernie Ecclestone, because in 2008, he ended up losing the championship to Sir Lewis Hamilton by 1 point. And he's saying because in Singapore, there was whereas Nelson Piquet and Fernando Alonso, they were racing for Renault. And Nelson Piquet purposely crashed to essentially guarantee Fernando Alonso to win the race. It is a street track, so difficult to overtake anyways. Back in the day, they didn't have DRS. all that stuff. And he's saying essentially he's suing them for, I think it's like $85 million or something like that. He's saying because of that and there wasn't anything, he ended up losing the championship. And they're essentially arguing that is also he made mistakes in the race and also in the championship that ended up costing him, because you also have to keep in mind it's not like Lewis benefited from this. And the reason why they did this crash on purpose was because Fernando Alonso had it in his contract, if he doesn't win at least one race per season, he's allowed to leave the team. Interestingly enough, he ended up winning the next race on his own merit. So they never even needed to do this. One of the aftermaths of that is that Flavio Briatore was banned from being, I think, a principal or of Formula One. He's not allowed to be a team principal and all that stuff. I guess he's limited in what he's allowed to do. But in case you don't know who he is, just tune into an F1 race, and if they show the Alpine box, you can see him right there because he's acting essentially as the Alpine principal, team principal. But his position is a consultant to it. It's ridiculous. A bunch of fucking bullshit.
Yes, it is.
And I agree that it's like there should have been bigger repercussions to what happened. I can't remember exactly why he waited 17 years to do this. I don't know. But essentially, I don't think he even wants to get the title. I think it's more like a money compensation, because he was like, I lost out on a lot of money this way. And so this is now going to the court in London. And this is all coming up now. And so I guess this is something we can keep our eyes peeled on it. I don't know how this will end, because on one hand, it's also you are opening a can of worms, because if he can get this overturned, then for sure 2021 has to be a lawsuit for Lewis, right?
Not that Lewis needs the money, but it's not about the money.
It's about the principle. I'm not saying that Felipe Massa needs the money. I don't know what his financial situation is.
I don't know either.
He hasn't texted me his bank statements.
I asked him multiple times.
I asked him. I don't really have his number, but I'm just texting numbers. I'm just kidding. But it is something that is now going to the London courts, and that is now an active procedure. So we'll see how this turns out. I am very curious. I would be surprised if anything would happen for it, because I think right now they're just trying to throw it out. And right now they're trying to decide whether or not it will actually lead to court, right?
If there's enough
evidence
to like whatever. Even have a case for it, essentially.
Exactly. So now talking about lawsuits, there's more lawsuits coming. In this lawsuit, that's the one I support. So if we all know, starting October 3rd until October 25th, people were allowed to put in their bid for the F1 presidency. And then it turned out that Ben Sulayem is running by himself. What is his name? Tim? Was it Tim?
Yeah, Tim something.
Tim, give me one moment. I have the name right here. Tim Mayer.
I was going to say Tim Miller, but I was like
I also thought Tim Miller. So Tim Mayer, who was also putting in his bid. He's an American who used to be an F1 steward. He put in his bid, and he actually ended up also saying, like, I'm not running. And then there's a woman about a month and a half ago. Her name is, let me tell you her name. Laura Viares, and she also said, hey, I'm going to run for this. And then neither of them did. And I was like, yo, what the hell, guys? I thought we talked about that. We're going to tell Ben no.
No, exactly.
So now she is pressing legal actions against the FIA because, and I did not know this, so the way it works for you to run for the FIA presidency, from all 6 different motorsports, I guess I want to say like committees that are part of the FIA, you have to get one person to back you. Right? However, in South America, there's only one person who can back someone, and that person is Frankie Eccleston, so Bernie Eccleston's ex-wife. And she is backing Ben Sulayem. So that means that neither of the other two could find someone to back them, automatically excluding them from running for the presidency.
That just screams FIA corruption. I mean, we already knew it, but that's just like emphasizing it exactly again.
Exactly. And essentially, she's arguing that the FIA election rules are blocking rivals from running against him, which is true.
It's true.
If you're only giving one option.
Yeah, and you're only allowed to support one person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is not a fair election system. So she originally, I think she had approached the FIA and she has gotten answers back, and she was like, this is not a good enough reply for me. And so now she is, so there's going to be, I think, first an arbitration meeting, and this is actually happening on November 10th.
Ooh,
so this is happening right now as we speak. So not right now, but
in
this
8
upcoming
days.
week, right? And so next week, is it on the 10th? Is the Monday. It's a Monday. So Monday in 2 weeks. And so there are, and this is all happening in France, and it seems like the court is taking this very seriously. So this is what the talks are.
Yeah.
Because obviously she is saying transparency and democracy is the strength of the FIA, where the FIA has been dismantled in a way where this is not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
So. And what would mean is if this would end up going to court, it means that Ben Sulayem would stay in power for now, but he would not be allowed to make any big changes. And there might be someone who's going to be like on like hold or like a holder position. And then we will see what happens. But I genuinely hope this will lead to something, because it is very much a thing where it's like no one can run if because he came up with these rules, right? So this is a very, very interesting topic. It's definitely something I'm going to be keeping my eye on. This is article I'm looking at was posted on BBC Sports, so I will link this below so people can read up on this, because there's obviously a lot of technicalities, but the court hearing is set for November 10th. The election for the FIA presidency is December 12th. So we'll see what comes of it. But I do hope we can, get something done.
It's just so frustrating. It just hurts the sport so much that your governing party or your governing body is so corrupt.
It is also very interesting. It's like, what are you so afraid of? Why are you being a little baby?
It's so frustrating.
Nobody likes you. Yeah.
Nobody likes you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, he has so many people in his pocket because
of money. Money you can buy.
Well,
anybody.
and then within the last 4 years that he has been the president, a lot of people who were pushing against were pushed out, or they left on their own merit. They're like, listen, this is no longer the organization that I recognize.
Because
we've spoke about this, right? And I to a degree, I agree. It's not this is literally your job. And if it's such a toxic and terrible environment, like, who am I to ask you to stay and fight for this, right? Who am I to ask you to do this? But it is incredibly frustrating. I think a lot of us motorsports fans who are really in it are very upset about it, because the FIA continuously makes dumb decisions. I mean, I made a whole crash out video about Lewis getting this penalty, which it's just the consistency of it all is just such bullshit. And it's very interesting because we are in our second year of watching the FIM, right? Or an FIM championship with MotoGP. And it seems like it, and maybe I am not in the mix of it, it just doesn't seem nearly as controversial and as bullshitty as it is with
I'm
the
sure
FIA.
there's things that we don't know about yet. And then I'm sure there's also a level of money, I mean, obviously there's money involved, but I'm sure there's things also that happen there that are not great. But I think the FIA is just so outrageous with the things that are happening right now.
Absolutely.
And it's just, when I think about it, it makes me dislike the sport so much. Or like, I mean, there's so many sports.
It taints the sport.
It does. And I mean, it's not just F1 that's affected by it. It's rally, it's affected by it. There's so many other racing leagues and championships that are under that umbrella, and it hurts so many of them.
It does, and it's frustrating to see that. Yeah, it really does just taint it. And we had at the beginning of the year, we had this whole cursing thing going on, and then they ended up backtracking on this because it ended up being just bullshit, because these are adults who are racing, who are doing a sport. And if you say the fucking F word on the radio.
I love that you said the fucking. F word.
The fucking fuck word. That sounds kind of weird, huh? But if you curse on a radio or if you curse whatever, like, guys, we're all grown ups.
I know.
If you don't want your child to see it, then have them watch the F1 kid version of it.
Yeah, they literally created it for the children.
Or just like grow up and tell your child you're not allowed to say it, but adults are saying it. Like, sorry, dude.
It was so funny because I was just in Europe, and just to see how uncensored everything is in the radio, on TV. I mean, it was absolutely bonkers. And then I come back, and then on Instagram, like, the word "dead" is like censored.
Yeah, that and like
I mean, like,
I mean, if, like, whatever, like the YouTube algorithm hasn't found us anyways, but it's like, I know that like people can't even say like suicide, the F word and stuff like that. And it's just like, I get this has also something to do with like the commercials and stuff like that, but this is like people controlling what we're saying. Yeah. And sorry, if someone says fuck, you'll live, you know, honestly. It is. It's the end of us. Yes. I've cursed a few times.
Oh well. Do you have other F1 news or?
I guess I can just say that next year F1 TV is not going to be a thing anymore in the US. The streaming rights are going to Apple, which is incredibly frustrating.
Oh, so frustrating.
I've heard, and I don't know if this is true. This is hearsay, right? I haven't confirmed it yet, that apparently you're supposed to get F1 TV for free with an Apple TV subscription. But I don't know how that would work out because I don't want to watch this on Apple TV. I want to watch it on F1 TV because with F1 TV, you get access to so many things. I like looking at the individual driver views. I like looking at the data, and you get access to archives, which I think is so important. And it's always this nonsense that they always like sell it like, guys, can we just have everything in one place?
Yes, it's so frustrating.
Oh my God, it's so annoying, dude.
But on some lighter news.
Yes.
Apparently, I mean, I don't know how much you'll love this news, but I'm entertained by this news. Apparently, Lewis Hamilton had a chat with Jerry Bruckheimer about a potential sequel for the F1 movie.
I actually heard that his production company, which is Dawn Apollo, I think, they're expanding and they want to also start producing things outside of obviously the F1 TV, the F1 movie. The F1 movie, the more I think about it, the more it annoys me, you know?
I know. And that's partially why I enjoy it more.
Because it annoys me.
Yes.
It's just like... I think there's aspects to it that I can forgive, and there are aspects to it I'm like, why would you advertise this? Why would someone consistently do something that is so illegal?
Yes.
And we're celebrating this movie. It's like, yeah, dude, you're purposely crashing into people, and that's awesome. Like, why was that the storyline? And I'm not in any way faulting Lewis for this. He was the executive producer on it. Executive producers, I am uncertain how much influence they really have over that. I know that he added some things and it's like, hey, the sound doesn't match here and stuff like that. And that is cool stuff. But qualifying doesn't exist in that movie. They just show up the next day and they're racing. You know, they don't even talk about any of this stuff.
I was also thinking about like what could be a sequel. I don't know if they're going to do a sequel or if they're going to do
maybe a prequel.
Or prequel or maybe its own. Yeah, maybe Sunny's like pre-story.
I honestly would be okay with moving away from that whole story.
Yes.
Because I'm like, let's do something else. I would be more interesting. It was like, what if we do with the female F1 racer? That would be something I'm a little bit more interested.
Yes.
But let's not have her start dating someone else on the fucking grid. Because that was honestly one of the top 5 worst things that the driver starts dating the race strategist or engineer.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys. She's a fucking professional.
Yes. So frustrating. But I saw that apparently had a meeting with Jerry Bruckheimer where they were talking about what could be the next thing potentially. So I was like,
and honestly, there's a lot of things. I think the first like 20 minutes of the movie is so fun, and I would love if they would make like maybe a GT racing movie that was like that, like the cameras right on the car, and like it is so and it's like literally I was like, I wish I want to just get up and race now. Yes. And that's awesome. That's a great thing to take away from.
Right, like the opening sequences are like so exciting.
When they're racing in What is it, Daytona?
Yeah, they were racing the Porsches, I think it was.
At Daytona.
It was,
and
so exciting.
I was like, oh my God, I want to get up and now jump on the sim and race. I want to do that right now.
Yeah.
At the end of the movie, I didn't have that feeling as much anymore.
Just because the story was just kind of outrageous.
And it's a little bit too much cheese, it was for me.
Yeah. And I think I forgive it for this one. But I would love maybe if we do a little bit more of a serious one next time where we don't take as many liberties within the sport.
A little bit less Fast and Furious.
Yes, exactly.
And a little bit more
Formula One.
Formula One, yes. Yeah. And I think the story itself, the idea is like, okay, you're going to have to win a race. I think that's fine because I get it's a movie. No one is expecting, Haas doesn't have the expectation, we have to win a race this year. Alpine. That's the worst car on the track right now.
True, but I was just going to say to that is like Ollie Behrman was already so excited, or Haas was so excited that he got fourth.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't even on the podium.
And I get it, especially for casual fans or for people who have never watched it, they're going to be like, okay, they're celebrating fourth. What the hell, dude? I get it. In a movie, that doesn't work. And I 100% get that. But there's just too many things that happen that I'm like,
yeah.
You know, I would watch the first 20 minutes again, and then I don't know if I have it in me right now to rewatch it.
Gotcha. Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
You think you would watch it next time on an airplane?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm not sure if it's for free on Apple TV right now or if you still have to pay for it. But I would want to watch it again just to see what else maybe I missed. But I definitely, there's so many like cringe moments or like moments where it's like, oh,
it's just a little bit too cheese.
Yeah.
Whereas I think, like, for example, Mission Impossible has that line of, yeah, we have cheese. Maybe not the last one, but the one before, especially the last couple ones, where it's like, yeah, there's cheese, but there's also cool action.
Yeah.
And they usually find that line really, really well. That one was just a little bit too far.
Yeah,
off.
it was just, there were moments where it just went just a smidgen too
it was
far
not a smidgen.
over
It was in the cheese.
it was dunked.
Yeah, it was dunked in. But this is all the news that I have for you. Do you have anything else for me?
I don't really have news. The last
why
thing
did I close that? Sorry.
I can just talk about that I saw, which was just, I thought it was just so stupid, as another F1 news, and we'll keep that quick because we're almost at an hour already. But I saw an article that Jacques Villeneuve was saying that Oscar Piastri, his like poor performance over the last couple of races is due to complacency.
Shut up.
And I was like, shut up, Jacques.
Bro, did you even win anything ever? Let me look this motherfucker up. I know he's won, what is it? Andros.
Oh, yes. Andros E-Trophy or just Andros. I don't know. But I was like, bro, like,
he's Canadian.
What are we talking about here? I was just a little like annoyed by him. Like, complacent is not an adjective I would use.
Okay, so he's never even won.
Has he not won a single race?
Sorry,
no.
I'm looking at his dad right now.
Oh, yeah. Jacques has won 11 races.
Okay, so he's never even fucking won a championship.
No, he's won one championship.
God damn it.
1997.
God damn it, Jacques.
But I mean, like,
he's a hater, dude.
It's just like,
he's a hater.
I mean, do you even know Oscar Piastri? Like, complacent is not a word that I would use to describe him ever, you know? And it's like, I was just like annoyed. I didn't even fully read the article. I just read some of the glimpses of what he was talking or like some of his quotes. And I was like, just be quiet. I feel like he every once in a while chimes in with like a stupid quote like this or
he's won in a Williams, which is kind of cool actually.
That is kind of cool, but no.
But honestly, he's a guy who actually constantly comes across my feed with saying something dumb.
Yeah, because I feel like it's maybe something he just wants to be relevant or be in the conversation.
He's a hater, dude. He's probably hating because how many races has Piastri won? And he's in his third year, and motherfucker has only won 11. Shut up.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably what it is.
Shut up.
But anyway, so that's how I wanted to end that.
To say that, and I feel so bad for Oscar because Oscar had like people always like, oh, you know, he's such a robot, yada yada yada, and it's like, no, he's a human.
Yeah.
You know, who's going very much through things, and he's right now clearly something is going on,
Yeah.
right? And we don't know if it's something that's he's not connecting right now with the car, but it's like to say that he's complacent. Or he's like, oh, you know what? I was leading the championship. Now I'm like, I guess I don't care anymore.
It's so absurd.
What a dumb thing to
Such
say.
a stupid
Did
thing
you
to
leave your
say.
brain at home? Fucking
But it's
idiot.
also, I feel like it's very much, I don't know, it might have been like this before also, but I notice it very much now. It's like such a thing of like people don't get a lot of grace.
No.
Like when Lando had this like dip in the season this year, or when he was behind Oscar constantly, people were like counting him out. Like obviously I'm an Oscar girl and I'm rooting for him a little bit more than I am for Lando. But I'm like,
listen, I'm rooting for neither. I'm a Max man.
oh, shut up. I can't like bye everybody.
It's just, I think like if he would win it, that it would be insane, dude.
I
That
just-
would be like the performances like, yo,
No.
wow.
I don't want.
I don't want it.
I rather have Lando win.
You know why I don't want it? Because the papaya rules. It's nothing against Lando or nothing
yes.
against Oscar, but the papaya rules have made me dislike McLaren
Fair.
as a racing organization so much.
Yeah.
Because it is, I mean, even Lewis said, right? You're favoring Lando, right? And I'm not faulting Lando because Lando's not, I'm assuming he's probably not asking, like, hey, Zach, can you give me a better
He's not making the call.
He's not making the calls, but he's benefiting from it and all these bullshit things. And it's just frustrating. And that's why I'm like, I if you guys are racing like that, I don't want anyone to get it. I didn't even want them to win the Constructors' Championship, but like...
That's already too late. That's been
I know,
there,
but,
done that.
but it's way too late. But it's also like there's no other team that has two cars that are that competitive, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I still want either one to take the championship. I don't want Max to come now and
That's
take
very
it away.
interesting coming from you as someone who was running around Italy in a Red Bull jacket. Called out!
Called out, yeah, for sure. It was a gift, and it's a really nice looking jacket.
Yeah? Oh, you didn't like the red one?
Oh, that is so rude. You know exactly that I lost it.
If you loved it, you should have not set it free.
Want
That's
to.
actually the opposite of what people say, right? If you love something, set it free. Should have.
You know, and I've been trying to. We tried to look for another one, but it's not available anymore.
Well, not the exact
Not
same
that
one.
one.
Yeah.
So I'll have to find another one.
Yeah.
I want the ones with like the Marlboro on it. I want the toxic
Because
ones.
you endorse lung cancer.
Yes. I'm pro lung cancer.
You heard it here first. I'm anti, but she is pro.
Well, we gotta
and
have.
this is what the disposition we need. You need always a devil's
You
advocate
need detention.
or the devil. You know.
All right. Anyways, guys,
got unhinged.
We'll leave that here.
Yes.
We'll be back on Thursday with our What to Watch. You might bring out a special additional video this week if you find the time to do so. If not, I'll be back on Thursday with the What to Watch. Of course, we have F1 coming up this weekend.
8 hours of Bahrain, WEC.
There we go.
Last race of the season.
So we have some really good racing coming up this weekend. And then we'll be back as per usual with the pod next
With the
week.
pod.
With the pod,
you know,
guys.
you're on the pod. We come back. All right.
See you there.
Goodbye.
Adieu.
Go Dodgers.
Oh, go Dodgers.
I'm not even wearing blue.